In this tutorial, we are going to look at how we can transfer our SketchUp 219 assets, such as components and materials, over to SketchUp 2020. So you may have a whole bunch of component models that you have used in the past that you would now like to access in SketchUp 2020. There are a couple of ways that you can make this work. The most solid way is to copy between folders. So if you were to go to your Windows Explorer, go to this PC, C drive, then go to Users, Administrator, Application Data, Roaming, scroll down to SketchUp, find SketchUp 2019, then SketchUp, and you can find here components, materials, plugins, styles, and templates. So you could go and copy all those settings, go back a folder until you get back to SketchUp, open up SketchUp 2020, then SketchUp, right click and paste. So then you just replace what you have set up in 2020 over top of, you copy what you've created in 2019 and then you paste it into 2020 and it will overwrite those folders. So that's one way of transferring the information across. If, for example, you have an external library like we have, we've got a media library on our Dropbox that everyone points to, you can go over to your settings on the right hand side, your default tray, open up materials, for example, and I can click on the details button and I can add a collection to favorites. So if I now go to my Dropbox, for example, I can go to software and we just keep our media in a slightly random place. I can then select on the materials folder that we use and go select folder. And you can see now I've got all those materials added and it's now a favorite down the bottom of the list. If I go to components, I can click on the details button and I can open or create a local collection. And again, I just repeat the process. I go to where we keep our media and choose components, select, and I'll just change it to some like large icons. And you can see that we've got all the folders that we use. Now once I've added the folder, I can click on add to favorites so that when I go to the drop down here, you can see my components folder is always available to me. Then those components come in perfectly. Once you're happy with those settings, I would recommend saving your template one last time. So go to File, Save as Template, and just make sure you call it the same name as previous if you want to override it. So mine's called PCS, yours might be called Template. Click Save and overwrite the existing template. So when you start a new SketchUp drawing, it's all up to date. Your templates, your materials, and your components are available for you to start sketching.